of the I Did Not Make These Rankings podcast network. That is Masturbators, The Simplest, and Eating After Movies, Crushgasm, Men Are the Prize, and Love is Black. Please check out all of our podcasts for different podcast needs. And Masturbators is always done in front of a live social media audience. We're a mature podcast that talk about mature things. It's not kid friendly, but if you want to listen with your kids, that's on you. We warned you. Have a good day. Hello. Welcome to Masturbators Presents the I Did Not Make These Rankings podcast network. Favorite movies. We're doing our favorite movies here. And yeah, we're planning to have some fun. Just let you guys know this won't be live on Facebook because for some reason Facebook is not letting me do it, but definitely live on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. All right, and that's what it is.
Did you get the notification that you had to reconnect your Facebook? Because I got one that said StreamYard won't be connected to your blah 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 unless you reconnect it.
Well, it is what it is. I'll edit later. Anyway, so we are going to review the I Did Not Make These Rankings favorite movies bracket. This is an idea that came from Casey, and Casey's still in the hospital. We will give him, he's getting out soon, so that's a good thing. But I want to give credit where credit is due. This idea came from Casey. We all sent out our top favorite eight movies and made a 40 team bracket from it. Before we get into it, this review show, we won't have a top five before the review because we already have our top eight. So we are just going to get into it. But before we get into it, let's introduce everybody. Kendra, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me. Talk about things I like. That's cool.
Talk about your podcast, where to find it, all that kind of good.
Crushgasm. You can find it at crushgasmpodcast.com. 100th episode probably dropped by the time this comes out. We're exploring new things this season. We have like crushes on ideas, like nostalgia, crushes on whole genres of television. So it's pretty cool and interesting new guests. But yeah, like some people named Harvey. And Casey will come through. We have it. The questions are ready to go, Casey.
And Amanda.
Casey should be sprung in about 3 days, so hopefully by the time this drops, he will be back with the land of the living. But yeah, and I'm rocking my Evening at the Movies shirt for those that can see us. Miss you, Casey. I'm Amanda, co-host of An Evening at the Movies, host of The Sip List, a top 5 podcast, and co-host of Crime Rewind. So check all those out, please. And thanks.
And Harvey.
I am Harvey. And yeah, thanks for having me, talking about stuff that I like too. This is going to be fun, enjoyable. I'm host of Men Are the Prize, the podcast. Every Saturday an episode drops. We are deep in this second season of great interviews. So it's been really good. I'm also co-host of Love is Black podcast that I host with the Hot Wife Carice. That season is over. We are preparing for a fun season 5. No guests, just Black Love, the story that we will curate and bring to you week to week. We're preparing for that. I think it's going to be really fun. Casey, can't wait for you to come back. Let's talk about movies. I know mine didn't win, of course. So, we know what the deal is. But let's talk about some other movies. Let's do this.
I would say that because Judge Dan Raimi was racist, but the person that won is half black, so it's half. it's half racist. All right. Anyway, all right. With that being said, listen, how it's going to go is just like normal. I'm going to read off a matchup. Highest seed will always play the lowest seed. There will be a bye in the quarterfinals and the semifinals. Actually, we will be one bye in both of those. And we get to that as soon as we get to it. There won't be a third place voting for third place because since the bye semifinals, the loser will be third place. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
So in the first round, I'm going to announce what movie belongs to what person, member of the I Did Not Make These Rankings podcast network. So, and also these rankings come from Rotten Tomatoes. I've ranked these through Rotten Tomatoes rankings. Fuck Rotten Tomatoes,
Rotten Tomatoes.
as my friend Casey would say, but it's easier to make a ranking from that way. So that's why we made rankings. All right. So we got number 1, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which was my movie, versus number 40, Drop Dead Fred. Thanks, man. Drop Dead Fred, which is Kendra's movie. And Who Framed Roger Rabbit won by 76% of the total votes.
Kendra, I'm with you. I love Drop Dead Fred. We knew that movie wasn't going far, but
I knew.
I think
it
it's
wasn't gonna go
underrated.
far, but I mean, whatever. No taste.
So I do want to say that I love Drop Dead Fred too. However,
Roger Rabbit.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I mean,
I love it because they did open the ride the first and only time I remember going to Disneyland as a kid. So that's cool. Cool memory there. But other than that,
I think maybe if it had been up against something different, you might have had that Phoebe Cates fan base push you through, but I can't remember what all movies are in this bracket, but Who Framed Roger Rabbit's pretty solid.
All right.
she's married to Kevin Kline. That's wild.
I know, right?
All right. Number 2, The Godfather. Well, I'm pretty sure that's Harvey's pick. Versus number 39, Harlem Nights, was my pick. And The Godfather wins by 73% of the total votes. That's racist.
It is not.
All right, no.
Well, I've never
It's
seen
The
it.
Godfather.
I'm fucking with you.
We know the truth. We know. I mean, they're racist in the movie, but it's not racist.
Yes, 100%. Clark, the theme of the tourney is top. This is our favorite movies, and Casey as well, who's not here, and just put them up against each other. Our just favorite movies. Number 3, Halloween, which I'm pretty sure is Amanda's book.
Yep.
Versus number 38, Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
I wonder whose movie that is. Who could that be?
Which is my movie.
I heard Drake hates that movie.
And Halloween wins by 64% of the total votes.
It did better than I thought.
It did better. God, truth. I thought it was like 100%, 99 versus my vote.
No, it's a good movie. That's a sucky matchup, but I'm glad mine made it past the first round.
Okay. Number 4, The Godfather Part 2, which is Harvey's vote, versus number 37, The Five Heartbeats, which is my movie. And The Godfather Part 2 wins by 78% of the total votes. I mean,
that hurt me. But
it should have, it should have. But listen, Five Heartbeats is amazing. Right? Listen, I'll get into it.
Oh, without question.
If you haven't watched, please go watch it. It's a fucking classic.
But Godfather 2, damn y'all.
Well, I'm so surprised the Godfather series.
What's this Clark dude? What you be?
How old are you, Clark?
What?
Don't you have a ladder to fall off of or something?
Talking about the Godfather, man.
Listen, Clark. These. So how we rank them? I'll say it again. You came late. How we rank these is we rank by Rotten Tomatoes rankings. So that's how they rating, and the rating for Rotten Tomatoes for both Godfather movies was very, very high. So there you go. All right, number 5, The Nightmare on Elm Street, which I know is Casey's, versus The Legend of Billie Jean, which is Harvey's. And Nightmare on Elm Street wins by 70% of the total votes.
Full disclosure, is Legend of Billie Jean is about tennis, right?
Not even close. No. I'm offended you even said that.
No.
Wow.
That's what I thought it was.
I thought it was about Billie Jean.
Wow. You thought it was about Billie Jean King?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Wow. Okay. No. The Legend of Billie Jean is a classic. '80s movie that I can't really describe to you what it is. You just need to watch it.
Okay.
It's '80s. It's not a great movie, but it's a great '80s movie. So
I
that's
just
that.
thought
Explains.
it was
It's not a
Thank you,
great.
Kendra. I thought I was alone.
It's not a great movie, but it's a great '80s movie.
They're movies that fit a specific genre. It's '80s at its best.
Yeah, if you grew
You'll
up in the
see.
80s, you know exactly what that means.
Exactly who that. Yes, damn right.
All right.
Yes, that's it. And that
Oh,
movie.
now you like
yeah.
Clark.
Oh my God. Oh, Pat Benatar kicked ass on that soundtrack. It's amazing.
All right. Number 6, Ghostbusters, which was Amanda's movie. Versus number 35, a Goofy movie, which was Kendra's movie. On Twitter, Ghostbusters won. On Facebook, a Goofy movie wins. Ghostbusters wins by 55% of the total
Very
votes.
close.
I'm sorry,
just
Goofy
watched
movie
the
is
Atlanta.
great, but it's Ghostbusters.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, they're classics. They're both classics. Has anybody seen the episode of Atlanta yet?
I
Where
just
they
watched
did-
it.
That's the funniest thing I think I've ever seen.
So-
It was brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant.
Wild.
It
Like-
is.
Any chance I have.
Marie swore we watched it, and I think she swore it was real. She thought that was some real itch, and I'm like, that's not real. But
Well,
it was beautiful. Oh, it was so
The
good.
second they said that they wanted Tevin Campbell, I was like, well, this is obviously a lie. They wanted Bobby Brown. He was
Exactly.
a little too much for Disney.
all right.
Dre, you seen it yet?
Not yet. I promise.
Dre,
I'm going to watch.
You
this
love that
I-
movie. You need to watch it.
I
And
haven't
season
watched.
2 is inspired by the Tiny Toons like summer vacation special.
Oh,
So like
oh,
Donald
wait,
Glover,
no,
freaking
no.
like he
Wait,
is
wait.
just
I might have because if not the last season, I haven't watched the last season yet. So
It's this last season. It's
Yeah,
this
I'm
last.
gonna-
If you, then you,
I'm gonna-
it's completely worth it, and it's out of the blue. Like you expect it, and then they just drop this on you, and you're like, "What is this
you
perfection?"
don't need the rest of the season to
Oh,
watch it.
it's so good. Oh,
all right, all right. Next matchup is all Kendra. Kendra versus Kendra. Is
I
Rudolph the
wonder
Red?
who'll win.
Is Rudolph the Red number 7? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer versus number 34, Saved 2004. And
Well,
Rudolph
good
the
choice.
Red-Nosed Reindeer wins by 76% of the total votes.
Rest
I don't
Saved
think
is
it's-
underrated. Y'all.
I've
Yeah, I don't think a
never,
lot of people
I've
see
never
it.
heard of it.
Macaulay
I've never
Culkin
heard
is
of
in a wheelchair. He's amazing.
You get to see Mandy Moore throw a Bible at a chick's head. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
So
you got that shit.
If you grew up in Christianity, Saved is a very funny movie.
I
okay.
didn't, and I still
Poking-
love it. It's so good.
Well, yeah, it's still funny, but if you ever went to church camp, that movie is like right up there.
Number 8, Star Wars Episode 5. Verse number 33, Selena, 1997. I'm pretty sure Star Wars is Casey and Selena is Amanda. Star Wars wins by 74% of the total votes.
Now that's racist.
basically.
I love
Apparently,
it.
they would not do anything for Selena's.
Nope.
Mm-mm. I did wear this Star Wars inspired shirt for Casey with my favorite movie.
I almost wore my Selena's shirt, but then I was like, evening at the movies.
Number 9, The Dark Knight, which is my movie. Version number 32, Clue, which I think is Amanda's movie.
That is my movie.
Yeah. And The Dark Knight wins by 62% of the total votes. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Clue
Should
as
have been
well.
closer.
I love Clue as well, but it's The Dark Knight. I mean, that's what it is. All right.
Never seen
But it's
it.
Clue. But it's
Clue.
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 Clue is amazing.
It's
Clue
The
is
Dark
amazing.
Knight.
It's
Clue,
flames
though.
on the side of your face.
Oh my God, so good.
I love Clue. I 1,000% love Clue. I love The Dark Knight more. It is what it is.
You love the Dark Knight more than anything. That's like one of your.
it is. It made my list fucking right.
Now I have something in, man.
Thank
you were
you,
struggling there
Clark.
for a
All
minute.
right. Clark, you're my best friend now. No, show the one before that.
How many images The Dark Knight has?
Exactly.
Thank
Does
you.
not- Listen. I know
Boom, lawyered.
Clue has 17,000 endings. I understand that. However, though, Dark Knight ending, mwah. All right. Anyway, so number 10, Reservoir Dogs, and I'm pretty sure that's Harvey. Verse number 31, Forrest Gump,
Ooh.
which is
You
me.
or Casey.
It's
Okay.
me. and Forrest Gump wins by 75% of the total votes. First things first, Forrest Gump should never been ranked that low. That is what it is. Disrespectful to Tor for him to be ranked that damn low.
Forrest Gump is exactly where the hell it needs.
Oh God!
All right.
Please don't get it
Oh, here we
started. I
go. Here
can't.
goes the Jenny
It
rant.
doesn't matter. It beat my movie. It's fine. But Forrest Gump, it's a good movie. But let's calm
The
down.
soundtrack's banging.
The soundtrack is it's bounty. Yeah, you pick
The
all these
soundtrack's
old
amazing.
tracks and put them together. Yeah, it's
I
all
mean,
right.
They did that for Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's just
Yeah.
amazing.
A lot of movies do that.
Guardians of the
was
Galaxy soundtrack's amazing.
Mhm.
That's
So
what we need is a movie soundtrack draft.
Mm.
Good Morning Vietnam is the same thing. It's all
Yep.
old,
Yep.
two discer. Yeah, man.
All right, number 11, Rushmore, which is Harvey's movie.
Yeah.
Versus number 30, Coming to America, which is my movie.
No shit.
And Coming to America wins by 91% of the total.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean-
nobody but me and maybe one other person even heard of Rushmore. But
Oh, I
Rushmore,
love
is-
Rushmore.
Heard of it?
I absolutely love. I lived in Jersey when it came out. I had to go into New York to find it, to watch it, and I loved it. It's so good.
Coming to America's better though. Come on.
Yeah.
Agreed, Clark.
number-
Agreed.
Number 12, The Breakfast Club, which is
Casey.
Casey's
Probably
movie.
Casey's.
Versus number 29, The Goonies, which is Casey's movie.
That's my movie.
That's Kendra's movie.
No, it's Kendra movie. Sorry, Kendra movie. Sorry. The Breakfast Club won on Twitter. The Goonies won on Facebook. The Goonies wins by 53% of the total votes.
That was a hard one.
53%?
Mhm.
53%.
I got
That
something to
was
say
a
later.
good
I think I'm gonna play. I think the kids are gonna watch Goonies for the first time this weekend. I think I'm probably gonna sit them
Ooh,
down.
nice.
I'm debating my 8-year-old. See, I think she can handle it. It's time. It's
I watched
time.
Dirty Dancing at 5. She could handle
Yeah.
Goonies.
Oh! I saw The Exorcist when I was 7 by myself. I'm good, but I'm not gonna do that to the kids
That's
though.
not Halloween when I was 5. I was scarred for life.
So I will say this though. I did vote for The Breakfast Club. I think that's one of the most quote unquote perfect movies I've ever seen in my life. And God's truth.
Wow.
And I love it. I
Perfect
love
move. That's
quote
That's it.
unquote perfect. Like that shit is. I don't see a flaw outside. There's no black people in that movie.
that's a big flaw. That's what I was gonna say. man.
Judgy Nelson looks
Well,
40,
it's
but
porn.
Judgy Nelson looks 40, but
besides that big flaw, that movie's fucking damn near perfect. To me.
Listen, we
And
can't sleep. John Hughes, that
Yeah.
was his decade. We can't
Yeah.
front like that.
Yeah.
That 80s was him, pretty much. Teen angst. It's everything. It's oh God.
Clark, I love Revenge of the Nerds.
Weren't there boobs in Revenge of the Nerds, or
Oh,
was that
yes.
Porky's? Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
both. I saw Porky's when I was 6.
Uh,
Yeah, there's
Listen,
boobs
listen.
in Revenge of the Nerds.
As a black man, I know I should like Porky's, but Porky's is fucking amazing. Porky's is fucking amazing.
If you can ignore the
The
blatant
racism.
racism that didn't age well, Porky's
Oh,
is
goodness.
hilarious, but I wouldn't
All
be
right.
mad if you didn't like it.
Number 13, Almost Famous, which is Amanda's pick, versus number 28, Better Off Dead, which I think is Harvey's pick.
Fuck this matchup.
Almost Famous won by 57% of the total votes.
The 80s, it's a genre of its own.
I want my $2.
The music. Better Off Dead.
Hey, but
is
the
so
music
good.
and Almost Famous, come on. It's, again, an epic soundtrack.
I voted for Almost Famous, but I do not like that movie only because I am a writer and they put that guy through it to get a story.
Yeah, they really
I'm like,
did.
oh, I have anxiety watching it, but
Yeah.
I love Patrick from that movie.
But it's based on Cameron Crowe, basically like a real life experience of his touring with, going out with, I think it was The Who that
Oh,
he went out with.
Anxiety he must have had. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Just let me read the story. Jesus.
I am a golden god. I didn't say that, did I?
Number 14, The Karate Kid, 1988 or 6, where it was.
The original, the only good
Four.
one. Yeah.
The only one. And I'm pretty sure that's Amanda's.
That's mine.
Yeah. Versus number 27, The Color Purple.
Oh,
The Karate Kid won on Twitter. The Color Purple won on Facebook. The Karate Kid wins by 56% of the total votes.
okay. Whose movie was The Color Purple?
Harvey's.
Okay, so I have a question about this because
Yeah.
just because I want your opinion, The Color Purple is a fantastic film, but when
Mhm.
for me personally, when I pick my favorite movies, they're all rewatchable versus movies that I think are critically acclaimed the best movies ever may not be. Can you really watch The Color Purple more than a couple times? Because I've seen it twice and I wanted to die after watching it.
I mean, that's a really good point. I don't really use rewatchability as
Okay.
part of my standards, but I guess the best way for me to say it is the one time that I watched it, it was unreal.
Huge.
It was an absolute phenomenal film. The acting is untouchable. The
Thank
movie
you,
was
Clark.
completely disrespected because nobody won an Oscar. They
Yeah.
didn't even give Spielberg one because it was a black movie, but that's
Or
we've seen
nominated.
And like
nominated.
adapted screenplay should have totally won for that, but
everything.
No.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, what fucking won? What was it? Out of Africa won Best Picture?
yes, it was
What
out
the
of Africa.
hell?
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. It's Robert Redford. So okay, the movie doesn't touch The Color Purple. It's everything, but it's a black movie, and back then it's not gonna happen. But
No, I was just
I-
curious because everybody picks their favorite movies differently.
Mhm.
And for me, because I'm a list maker and obviously my podcast, but if I'm going, what's your favorite movie? It's something I can watch anytime it's on over and over and over. And yeah, I was like, man,
for me, it would be what I would if somebody asked me what movies they should watch. That's what I
Yeah.
throw at them. So it's not something I can't watch again. It's something that somebody should watch for the first time.
yeah.
That's
It's like
how I-
Schindler's List. Everybody needs to watch it, but maybe just the one time.
Yeah.
Or like
One.
12 Years a Slave. Maybe just the
And-
one time, but it's worth
Oh
watching.
my God, no! And then burn the laser disc and then keep it moving. Oh no!
My thing about those kind of movies is some movies that are hard to watch have great endings. So
Mhm.
it makes you feel good at the end. Not Schindler's List. That's
Yeah, I didn't say
right.
not Schindler's List, but the Color Purple is at the end. The Color Purple is amazing. You feel
Yeah.
for silly.
Is there any movie? I mean, because it's so hard, it's so bad for like 2 hours.
It's like the
That
pursuit
the
of
ending
happiness.
that happiness. Oh my God! Oh,
And you
well,
only
yes.
get it in the last 5 minutes.
Exactly. It's so bad that the
Technically, he got the
ending
rest of
has
his
to
life.
be good.
Let's
Oh my God! Oh, it's trash.
Technically, he got it for the
It's-
rest of his life.
But
yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah, but for the
Brilliantly
movie,
done.
Yeah.
you're waiting and you're waiting and you're like,
Yeah.
how much more can this family go through before they kill themselves? Like, I
Yeah.
would have killed myself watching this.
Mhm.
He had to sleep in that bathroom, and he was
Oh,
crying. Oh my
God.
goodness! Anyway, all right.
Anyway, sorry.
Number 15, Bridesmaids, which I think is Kendra's pick, versus number 26, Sin City, which is my pick. All right. On Twitter, this was a 50-50 split.
Ooh.
Bridesmaids win by 59% of the total votes.
Wow.
I'm not mad at that. The reason why Sin City is one of my favorite movies because I watched it literally before every single game in basketball in college. Like literally every single game I watched Sin City. I don't know why the game was hyped up. I just like seeing people die in cartoon form. So it is what it is. Number 16, Gremlins, which is Kendra, versus number 25, Crazy Stupid Love, which is I think is Amanda's.
Yeah.
And Gremlins win by 73% of the total votes.
I can't
That's
even
right.
be mad. I love Gremlins, but
There's some real blowouts in this thing, man. There's just blatant.
I would have thought that would have been closer, but I don't know. It is Gremlins. So.
Number 17, Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Which I think is
Casey's, but I thought
Casey.
it was mine.
oh yeah, so Beetlejuice number 17 versus number 24, The Green Mile, which is Casey's as well.
Mhm.
Beetlejuice won on Twitter. The Green Mile won on Facebook. The Green Mile wins by 53% of the total votes.
So this bracket is
Ooh.
difficult because the matchups are so And
random.
they're unfair. And I'm not saying that like it's anybody's fault, but it's like, how can you compare the Green Mile to Beetlejuice? Like,
Well, Michael Keaton gave an award-winning performance in that
nice fucking
movie.
model.
So much so, I didn't know that was Michael Keaton until the Birdman.
For real, you didn't know? That's
I
awesome.
just thought he was like some guy played Beetlejuice and then he never got another role again.
That is amazing.
Oh,
That's
God.
amazing.
It's just Beetlejuice to me. So.
Mhm.
Okay.
My
All right.
We introduced you to Mr. Mom and
Mm,
Batman,
Batman.
Multiplicity.
I just
Multiplicity
saw
is
Batman.
such a great movie. Multiplicity is awesome.
I like Pizza
I know.
Steve. Okay.
Number 18, Perks of Being a Wallflower, which is Kendra. Versus number 23, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which I'm pretty sure is Casey's
Casey.
as well.
This was a
And-
beautiful matchup.
And well, are you sure? Because Ferris Bueller won by 88% of the total votes.
I'm saying like equally like what you're getting from these movies. Perfect.
Mhm.
I think it would have been better against Breakfast Club, but perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I don't think a lot of people
I
have
wasn't-
seen Perks of Being a Wallflower, but it's actually
They
really
haven't.
good.
I saw it
It
4
sounds
times in theaters, so that was good. And
Oh, wow.
Number 19, The Crow, which is Casey.
Casey.
Versus number 22, Seven, which is Harvey. And Seven wins by 70% of the total votes.
Wow.
What's in the box? What's in the
In the
box?
box.
Seven is an absolutely ridiculous movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I did not see that one coming for sure.
Psychological thrillers coming, review coming soon.
Yes.
Awesome.
Last matchup. Clark said he thought wasn't closer.
No.
Uh,
Mm-mm. No.
Last matchup, and this is a Friday vote. Now, if you don't know what a Friday vote is, when we first did these review shows, Friday won by 50.5% of the total votes for like 3 rounds straight. So every time we get a 50.5 win, it's called a Friday vote. So the last one is Dead Poet Society, which is I think is
Mine.
Amanda's, versus Beverly Hills Cop, which is Casey. Beverly Hills Cop won on Twitter. Dead Poet Society won on Facebook. Beverly Hills Cop wins by 50.5% of the total.
Is that essentially just one extra vote? That's pretty much what it's got to be, right?
It's like one vote, literally.
That's crazy.
One vote.
I mean, I can't be mad at it, but I also can because Dead Poets Society is just effing amazing.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Yeah.
It's Robin Williams, man. You can't go wrong. He can do some crap ass films. What?
And because I was trying to read off and it had the small box, I did not know this, but special guest today. Hello, Casey.
Oh.
Yay!
Casey.
Hey, Casey. I'm back, baby.
What is this shenanigans that I hear? Beverly Hills Cop beat Dead Poet Society.
It did, at least in the first round. Oh man, it's a
Wait.
great beer game.
Clark, I'm going to need you to hit me up with a SNL Dead Poets skit because I have not seen or heard of this.
Now ruined. Like, who would have done that? That's interesting.
I need to see it too. All right, so round 2. And I already said who has what, so I'm not going to keep doing that. So we got Who Framed Roger Rabbit versus Forrest Gump.
It's Fred Armisen, isn't it?
Oh, and the SNL skit. Yeah.
Yes.
Is it?
All right. We got Who Framed Roger Rabbit versus Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump wins by 70% of the total votes. They were both mine, so at least one more of mine went back. So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. You got The Godfather versus Coming to America.
Here it comes. Go ahead, bro.
So The Godfather wins on Twitter. Coming to America wins on Facebook. The Godfather wins by 52%.
Wow.
Close.
Too close.
You dodged the bullet
Somebody's
there, huh?
closer.
Listen.
I love Coming to America, but what it is it's just like either you really love drama or you really love comedy.
comedy, yeah.
And that's what it comes down to. So
we got Halloween versus the Goonies.
I was about to ask if he was okay.
The Goonies wins by 66% of the total votes.
Oh, closer than I thought.
Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Bite me.
We got The Godfather Part 2 versus The Green Mile. On Twitter, Godfather Part 2 won. On Facebook, The Green Mile wins. The Green Mile wins by 57% of the total votes.
That's fair. That's a good matchup.
I mean, come on. Godfather 2 is one of the best movies of all time. Green Miles is one of Stephen King's one of his best, but it is what it is. You know,
it is what it is. All right,
you broke my heart.
Nightmare on Elm Street versus Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Casey versus Casey.
And Ferris Bueller's Day Off wins by 66% of the total votes.
I mean, there's no real bad choice.
I mean, if you grew up in the 80s, Ferris Bueller was living your best life. So
true.
Ghostbusters versus Seven. Ghostbusters win on Twitter. On Twitter, Jesus. Ghostbusters won on Twitter. 7 won on Facebook. Now you can do it. Ghostbusters wins by 53% of the total votes.
Was that like the slower? It's a little bit slower.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer versus Beverly Hills Cop. At this point, I'm all in for Ghostbusters.
I hate to burst your bubble, Clark. We're gonna burst that marshmallow pretty soon.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer versus Beverly Hills Cop. Beverly Hills Cop wins by 65% of the total votes.
Yeah.
I think there's
no
two
holiday spirit.
I think it's the claymation, honey.
The only part I like about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is she thinks I'm cute. She thinks I'm. That's literally the only thing. That's not that.
I love his little nose.
Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back versus Gremlins. On Facebook, this was a 50-50 split.
Wow.
Star Wars wins by 62% of the total votes.
I voted for Gremlins.
I did too.
It's Star Wars.
Oh, you haters voted for freaking Gremlins.
There's nothing cuter than Gizmo in Star Wars.
That's racist against Mogwais.
Oh wow.
The Dark Knight, the Dark Knight versus Bridesmaids. The Dark Knight wins by 70% of the total votes.
That's sexist. Throwing out different things.
There's an ISC for everything.
I didn't know what word to use because Mogwais. Maybe it's xenophobic. I don't know.
Chinatown favor.
Oh God. And Almost Famous versus the Karate Kid.
Me versus me.
Then the Karate Kid wins by 72% of the total votes. The Gremlins will destroy the Death Star easily.
Clark, I like you, buddy, but I don't think that's true.
Power. I mean, the evil ones, maybe.
Oh my goodness! All right,
the cross-dresser one's my favorite.
Round 3. The Godfather versus Forrest Gump.
Ooh.
This was a Friday vote. The Godfather won on Twitter. Forrest Gump won on Facebook. The Godfather wins by 50.5% of the total.
Wow.
Couldn't have been even that close.
You're out of your goddamn mind.
Excuse me?
Godfather shouldn't.
What? Top
This is
5, both of them, all time. Godfather and Godfather 2 are top 5 movies ever.
I love The Godfather,
Ever.
but
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I don't have
No, you
17 hours to waste on watching.
Okay, so then don't say you love it.
No.
I do
say
love
you
it.
love
It's like
it. No, you
17
don't.
hours.
Harry
But it's too
Harry
long.
Potter movies are. A Harry Potter movie is just as long as The Godfather.
On average,
Quiet.
is 2 hours. Harry Potter movies on average 2 hour movies.
What do you think Harry Potter is like a day of your life? Like you're shot. It's just it never stops. Yak, yak, yak. I'm part of this. I've got a wand, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Fair.
All right, listen. Go before Harvey
The
had an aneurysm.
muggle answer.
right. All right. Ghostbusters versus the Goonies. The Goonies wins by 51% of the total votes.
That's a tight one.
Boo.
Yeah. Ghostbusters won on Twitter. Goonies won on Facebook.
The Goonies barely squeaked through in the first round, and now it's beating Ghostbusters. Rude.
Mhm.
It barely beat them, but won by 51%. Like it wasn't like it was a blowout. It was like literally one or two votes.
Tell you, when
No,
kids go
these
on
are-
adventures on bikes, it's a winning thing.
Seriously, it's
When
Stranger
Stranger
Things
Things
30
is
years early. That's, you know.
Yeah. Star Wars Episode 5 versus The Green Mile. Star Wars won on Twitter. The Green Mile won on Facebook. The Green Mile wins by 52% of the total votes.
Yo, Casey,
No,
how many times
that
are
is
you
valid.
voting? Like there's some shystiness here.
If
It's
Star
like
Wars
Casey.
was going to lose, it should have been the Forrest Gump, not the
They,
Green Mile.
listen, they won. I mean, they're both Casey's movies. So,
Yeah, so bite me.
all right. The Dark Knight versus Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Ferris Bueller won by 55% of the total votes.
There you go.
That's right.
That's bullshit.
Mm.
100% bullshit.
Cameron, oh
Not
my
even a
God.
little.
The 1,000%.
No, ne-
if
we ever do-
a white privilege movie, and
Wow. White privilege, I love it.
Batman's the
always-
ultimate white privilege.
Yes.
He's not even a superhero. He's just a cosplayer with
I was
money.
like, they both have white privilege in it, but however, the realistic white privilege goes to Ferris Bueller. I don't give a damn nobody. He literally took his friend's dad's car. Anyway, okay, I'll get it.
Anybody could steal a car.
No.
And they swore they're gonna
and
get
not
away
that-
with it because they could
They're
just
getting away with it. That's a different
run the
story.
miles off backwards. Come on,
Come on. So anyway,
dumbass.
I grew up thinking you could actually do that.
all right, the Karate Kid versus Beverly Hills Cop. On Twitter, Beverly Hills Cop won. On Facebook, Karate Kid wins. 52% goes to the Karate Kid.
Yeah. Sweep the leg.
Beat the leg.
So we're at
Yeah,
the
that's a bullshit freaking vote.
No
Oh,
mercy.
freaking know it.
we're at the
There is
quarterfinals.
no way in God's green earth the Karate Kid is better than Beverly Hills Cop.
It absolutely is. Anyway,
We're at the quarter.
I got box office numbers that prove otherwise.
nobody cares.
I mean, just no, before I go on, just because somebody
Avatar
hit,
has a lot of money.
yeah, and Avatar is horrible.
Yeah.
I guess I would say that Avatar is a horrible ass fucking movie. I would take that to that might be one. No, that might be my second round pick for next week. All right.
Yeah, after Titanic. Which also broke box office records.
Yes, and it's my favorite, not best. There you
Thank
go.
you, Clark.
There you go,
Love
All
you,
right.
Casey. You love Karate
Whatever.
Kid too. So,
so technically we have the
Not
quarterfinals.
compared to Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
I wipe my ass with the Karate Kid.
yeah.
Wow.
Technically we have the
You
quarterfinals.
wipe on and wipe off your ass.
Yeah.
All right, listen. So technically we have the quarterfinals. Ferris Bueller's Day Off has a bye into the semifinals. All right. So we got the Goonies versus the Godfather.
How?
Why?
How do you compare them?
It's the complete opposite ends of the spectrum. That's what it
But
is.
it's
Like,
the
God-
favorite. Suck
It
it
is.
up.
The Godfather wins on The Godfather wins on Twitter. The Goonies won on Facebook. The Goonies wins by 58% of the total votes.
Goonies like just sliding by. It's like game
Goonies be
7 every
squeaking by
time.
in every round.
It's all the way to its eventual spot. Yeah, just
Right.
all the way. Mhm.
Then got the Karate Kid versus the Green Mile. The Green Mile wins by 67% of the total votes.
Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit.
It's a good movie, but that's one of those one and dones. Like
Exactly.
it's hard to watch.
It is a good
Whatever.
movie.
It
a
is a
good
great movie.
So
Somebody
When
has
it's-
no taste.
we in the semifinals, and Ferris Bueller Day Off already in there, and we'll go against the Goonies, which means that the Green Mile automatically has a bye into the finals. All right,
Into the finals.
into the finals. All right. So, but the last one is the Goonies versus Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Hmm.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off won on Twitter. The Goonies won on Facebook. The Goonies wins by 54% of the total
Man.
votes.
Everything tight, just like
Yeah.
So, which means that Ferris Bueller's Day Off is in third. All right. So we have the finals, and again, this is a quick one. So this is 40 movies. We have the Green Mile versus the Goonies.
Mhm.
The Goonies won on Twitter. Green Mile won on Facebook.
Oh wow.
The Goonies wins by 53% of the total votes, which means that the Goonie is the number one movie of all 40 I Did Not Make These Rankings podcast networks movies. The
And
ranking
it barely
is,
won every round.
yes, it squeaked by every single time. Yeah.
so what the rankings are, the Goonies number one, Green Mile number two, Ferris Bueller's Day Off is number three. How do y'all
Very
guys
nice.
feel about that? Outside of Kendra, because she won.
Yeah. I mean, I think Goonies definitely belonged up there. I'm kind of surprised that Green Mile made it, but you know,
Whatever.
Not
Forrest
bad.
Gump would go further.
yeah, no, not because it's not a good movie. Because you missed me saying earlier, but I base mine, just me personally, on rewatchability, and to me, Green Mile is not rewatchable unless I need a good cry. Fantastic
what?
movie, but
I can't watch the whole movie. A movie like that, when I know everything that's happening, I can't go through the whole thing. I can watch parts. Like I
Yeah.
can watch the end. I can watch part. I can't do the. I don't have the patience.
you can
Because-
watch the end. I
The
cannot watch
end's the
the end.
worst part.
No, I'm not. Well, no, I can watch it. It's sad, but it's not as sad as other movies that I've seen. Like it's not Color Purple sad. Like it's not Precious sad. Like
Oh,
it's
Nothing
not,
is precious.
right. That's what I mean.
Wait, we talking about sad endings or just sad?
Well, it's Stephen King. His movies, somebody wins, but there's always a sad. Like the winner is always isn't always the winner.
'Cause-
The winner.
You don't cry your eyes on it. Don't put me in the dark, boss.
Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of the Green Mile.
I've never cried at any movie ever. Yeah. So
You've never cried at a movie?
You heartless. Jesus.
Fox and the Hound?
Oh no.
Nope.
Bambi?
No,
Bambi, Old Yeller.
Oh, yeah. So real shit. Y'all hate me for this. I laughed so hard at Bambi. I laughed.
Were you thinking, oh, that's dinner? Get the girl going. Like,
Ooh,
How can you
venison,
support
yeah.
Batman but not Bambi? They're both orphans.
Oh God.
I've never. No, it's fiction. The closest I've ever gotten is Color Purple because that ending is just like heartstrings. It's that and Life is Beautiful. Those endings are ridiculous.
Oh, Life is Beautiful made me sob my eyes out.
There's,
You
but
don't
I
even
can't.
cry,
I
like,
can't.
when it's a happy thing, like
So-
No.
So don't be
Never did.
surprised. So don't be surprised if I one of these drafts sometime. I mean, movies that made you cry or
I want to do that too.
because I have a couple. Two of them and probably
Okay.
two of them are Will Smith movies. Two of them made me cry.
Wow.
Pursuit of
I
Happiness.
No,
and, oh,
I Am Legend, the dog.
7 pounds made me cry.
yeah.
And then Collateral Beauty. Collateral Beauty. If you watch, because I know Harvey and I watch Collateral Beauty. If you watch Collateral Beauty and you got kids, oh my God, you will ball. You will fucking ball.
Okay,
It's
my new
hard as
goal in
hell.
life: find Harvey a movie to make him cry. I'm gonna do it.
Look, Oh, by the way, before I forget, Chansey was messaging us, but we weren't seeing them. He's watching and wanted to wish his best for Casey. So
Yeah.
Chansey's out there in support.
George
And
is watching too. When I shared it on mine, people commented, but you can't share it because it's not your.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah.
yeah, I'm waiting for you guys. Find me a movie that you think can make me cry.
Oh, I'm
If
gonna
you
do
can
it.
Have
good
you
luck.
seen Beasts of No Nation?
So God is truth. I know I said because no, I did win twice this week. However, though,
Uh-huh.
I know I said, but I might actually change one to movies to make you cry, just so you have a shitload of movies right there that you can
Yeah, the
watch.
Stephen King one.
No,
Mm.
Tom Hanks. Stephen King has more movies than Tom Hanks.
There's 3 Toy Stories.
There you go.
Bro,
3 Toy Stories.
let me think about it. Let me think about it, and then we'll.
I can come up with a list. It won't be stuff that made me cry, but it's stuff that I know people cried about. So
I'm gonna get you, Harvey.
good luck, baby.
I'm gonna get you, sucker. All right, listen. So, Kendra, say talk about the podcast, but finally say goodbye, all that kind of good stuff.
Well, you can find Crushgasm at crushgasmpodcast.com. Go there. I do blogs too, and the podcast is there. So go if you like top 10 lists, or you want to hear me, or just want to read about like why the Macarena was so great in the 90s. It's there. See, yeah, why it's a perfect representation of the 90s. It's ridiculous.
I did it at my
Macarena,
prom.
all right.
Hi, I'm Amanda, and I'm the host of The Sip List, a top 5 podcast. You can find it at thesiplistpod.com. Also co-host An Evening at the Movies with Casey and Crime Rewind with Shanna, and you can find some of those podcasts at idnmtrpodcastnetwork.com.
Thank you, Amanda.
Hi, it's me. It's Harvey.
No, the problem it's you.
Yeah, none of my movies even made it to like the quarterfinals. I think, if I'm correct, The Godfather lost to like Drop Dead Fred or something. So,
Did not. Shut up.
like it might as well have. Like,
It
the hell
should.
is going on here? But either way, this was fun. HarveyLaguerre.com for Men of the Prize. The podcast, loveisblackpodcast.com for Love is Black Podcast. And I'm gonna win one of our random drafts because I have fun subjects that we need to do. But till then, I'm waiting for Amanda to find a movie to make me tear up. But that shit's not happening.
We'll
Yeah.
see.
It's
I
not
think-
happening.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna change one of the either Tom Hanks or Stephen King. I got you. I'm gonna flip a coin. I pretty care which one. And then I'm a movies that made you cry or almost made you cry.
La Bamba?
Well, no, my mom made me cry. It was sad.
My
Paulina?
problem. Hold on. I knew
The Notebook?
that Richie Valens died.
Yeah,
But
it's,
like,
So
it's hard to cry.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so because you know what's happening. I know you're
Right.
going to die.
yeah, I
Here's
knew
where
he
we
died.
have to hit Harvey
remember
where it
for
hurts.
time?
Go ahead.
You know
Go
they
ahead.
done their mom's gonna die.
It's got to be a movie about kids or spouses that something bad happens to him. That's how close we're gonna get Harvey to cry. I think.
Collateral Beauty, Will Smith.
He ain't gonna cry in the Will
I
Smith
would
movie.
cry before I watch that movie. How about that? How about
My Sister's Keeper.
Didn't see it.
Okay.
The Fallout. God of Truth.
Oh yes,
The
the Fallout.
Fallout.
Yes.
Not Will Smith movie about kids. The
Is
Fallout.
that with Ortega's in it? Jenny
Yeah.
Ortega's
Yeah.
in that one? You were talking
Yeah.
about that.
We
Okay.
were. Yeah.
I'm still not gonna cry, but bring it on. Give me
We'll
the
see.
list.
You have to be
I'm saying.
honest.
Oh, I don't lie. You know that.
Okay.
Casey.
Casey.
I am Casey. I am the host of An Evening at the Movies. I will mark my fucking words, be home Monday. Put it in the calendar, mark it down, write a damn book. I'm coming home, book my recordings, book An Evening at the Movies, book Crushgasm. It's time to get freaking busy.
How about you
Time to
not
get back to it.
overexert yourself?
Yeah. Get
Suck it up and let me do what I need to do. I'm going through withdrawals.
Yeah, you heard him. He goes through no draws. All right, listen. Love you, Casey. All right, listen. I want to thank everybody for coming on. I want to thank y'all for doing this. This was actually pretty fun for me to doing this
Yeah.
bracket. And Kendra was right though. We should do another one. I'm thinking TV shows or something like that, or cartoons, whatever. We'll do another one. We'll wait for Casey to get better to do this. I might actually do either bring it down or up. It's from 8 to from 5 or 10 to make it even for the brackets, but we'll get to that later. Anyway, my name is DeAndre Robinson. I want to thank everyone for watching, listening. I want to thank you all for participating. You know the word. Love you. Bye. And we are out.